World Supersport Race 1 at Portimao could hardly have been any more dramatic. Chan Onchu got a flying start when lights went out on the 17-lap race and looked to build a gap to his rivals immediately. He was closely followed by ZX Motors' Valentin Debise and Jaume Masia, who moved up to P3 on lap 2 at turn 5. That lap was when it all came undone for the number 61. He crashed at turn 14, low-siding out of the lead and handing P1 to Debise, who didn't look back. Onchu was the clear favourite heading into this race, but was unable to convert it into victory. More valuable championship points lost. That allowed Debise to escape up the road, but behind there was an incredible fight brewing for P2. Jaume Masia, Luca Mayas, Alberto Arenas and Roberto Garcia all in the mix, all trading positions and going elbow to elbow throughout the 17-lap race. That battle would go right to the wire. With 5 laps to go, Arenas started making his moves. He got up the inside of his compatriot at turn 3 to move into a provisional podium, but Masia struck right back 2 turns later and they swapped positions once again, forcing Arenas wide was Masia, which allowed Garcia to demote the number 75 into P5, albeit briefly. He responded immediately at turn 7 and 8 to move back ahead. Out in front, Debise has extended his lead even further. He was in complete control of the race. Masia and Mayas were side by side heading into turn 1 with 3 laps to go. Masia just coming out ahead on that occasion as Arenas looked to pass Mayas heading into turn 9, unable to get the move done, but passing him a lap later at turn 1. The number 94 forced wide and dropped to 5th behind teammate Roberto Garcia. Debise had put the ZX motor on the front row in its first 2 races and now had a 3-second lead over the chasing pack. You can see how close they were to each other behind the French rider. Masia was again in P2 heading into turn 1 as Luca Mayas this time forced his way through at the right-hander that opens the lap. It was now time for the final lap and Mayas wanted the podium. He dived up the inside of his teammate at turn 5 as Debise crossed the line to give ZX Moto their first victory in the World Championship at just the 3rd time of asking. It was also the number 3's 3rd win in the championship. Jaume Masia came home in 2nd with Luca Mayas in 3rd after their incredible race-long duel, but the celebrations all belonged to Chinese manufacturer ZX Moto. It's also the first victory for a Chinese manufacturer inside the World Superbike paddock. Victory for Debise ahead of Jaume Masia and Luca Mayas, with Roberto Garcia and Albert Arenas completing the top 5. Philip Ertel was 6th ahead of Corentin Perolari, the French rider on his Honda, the lead World Supersport Challenge rider. Alessandro Tacconi was 8th ahead of Federico Caracciolo and Jeremy Alcoba, who fought his way from the back of the grid to a top 10 finish. He was directly ahead of teammate Dominic Agata in P11. Tom with Amos, Simon Jaspersen, Matteo Ferrari and Filippo Farioli completed the point scoring positions.
I'm very happy, obviously, about this win, and I expect a bigger fight with Onju because we were the 2 of us that were a bit faster than the other, let's say, on a race distance. And I saw he went like crazy. He's very strong always with the full fuel tank and the new tires. So I was following him and I was pretty comfortable. So I was kind of waiting because I didn't want it to push like crazy. My first goal was to finish a race. I didn't finish a race this year besides this one. So my goal was like, calm down, I just do my life easy, I just follow him. And at the end, I saw him crashing straight away. I was quite surprised because he didn't enter like crazy. But anyway, I was like, I just keep going on my pace as I was doing with him. And at the end, I looked my board, I stopped hitting the other bike, and I looked my board, plus, and then I went to 2 seconds something. And at this point, I was like, I just roll off. I wasn't pushing like crazy, and I just rolled off a bit. And the gap kept going up and up and up. So it was pretty funny to do a race like this alone by myself. I felt like I ran the track, so it was my place. And so I enjoyed the race. It was hard to keep the focus, but it was fun also to do this. So I'm obviously talk about this, but I'm very proud of the team, and I think the team they have much more the win than me because they work like animals since they got the bike, and they didn't took 1 day off since beginning of November. So I want to put my hats off for them, and that's it.